my name is Cameron and welcome back to my channel, Which Way to Wicked, where we talk about all things love, light, and especially tarot. So guys, today we are going to be finding out what career is perfect for you. So if you are a little curious as to what career path you should go down on, or if you just want some more clarity when it comes to your career, then this is going to be the reading for you today, because I am going to be giving you some tips and some jobs that would be really great for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at your group picks, okay? So for group number 1, we have the World card coming through. For group number 2, we have the High Priestess. And for group number 3, we have the Judgment card making an appearance today as well. So guys, I want you to go ahead and take a very big deep breath in. And now I want you to please let it out. And now I want you to close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to think about what career is perfect for you. What career would you shine in? Now, whenever you feel ready, please open your eyes, and whichever card your eyes lands on first, then that, my dear, is going to be the reading for you today. Now, if you feel called to more than one card here, then definitely feel free to check out those extra messages as well. And as always, I will have the timestamps listed down in the description box below. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into your reading today, friends. Hello, group 1. My name is Cameron, and I am going to be your most fabulous tarot reader today. So, before we get into the tarot cards, let's go ahead and start talking about the World card, which you chose for your group pick today. And so, guys, if you felt called to this, just picking up on the energy of this card, the World, whenever I pulled this for you guys, it made me think about traveling. It made me think about the traveling industry. So the traveling industry might be a type of job that would be perfect for you to kind of pursue. So what I mean by that is that for some of you guys, you could definitely be someone who would enjoy being a flight attendant. For others of you, maybe you'd enjoy being a pilot as well. Going off of that, there's other different jobs that's related to the travel industry as well. There are tour guides. So you might be interested in being a tour guide in one of your favorite cities, right? Maybe you'd be a great tour guide in New Orleans, or a tour guide in France, right? Paris, France. Going off of that, I am also thinking of, are they tourist agents? Travel agents. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe you'd make an excellent travel agent as well. Now, there are also other jobs that you can do that has to do with traveling. I'm just getting this idea that you are someone who would most likely not want to work a 9-to-5 job. I think that you want to have the ability to be able to travel. For instance, if you were a travel agent, you can do that remotely. So you could travel as much as you want, and you would probably be able to get deals, I would think, because you work in the travel agency. So you'd probably be able to get deals on traveling and different things like that. So that could definitely help you to be able to go out and see the world and to not just have to stay in one place for too long. Now, like I was saying before, you could be drawn to a certain job that you'd be able to travel a lot with. So maybe you'd want to be like a traveling journalist or a photographer. For others of you, and this one is, I'm just pulling this out of left field, but it doesn't involve traveling. Maybe you'd be interested in being in the Army or the Marines or whatever, because I know that whenever you are in that sort of field, you're able to travel a lot. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, going off of that, there's a lot of rules when you're in the Army and the Marines, and I just feel like you're someone who kind of likes to check off the rules. Like, that's just the vibe that I'm getting. So for some of you, that may not be the perfect job for you. For a lot of you, it may not be the perfect job for you. But if you are someone who you're watching this and you feel like you could take the rules as a con of the job, and still be happy about the pros that you get to have being a Marine or being in the Army, then definitely take it as it resonates. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing so far for you, just seeing this card here. Again, I'm just getting a lot of itchy feet here. You really like to travel. You may also be interested in working alongside the ocean, because if you look at this girl, she's sitting on the beach and she has her feet in the sand. So for some of you guys, maybe you might be interested in being some type of scientist, like I don't know what kind of scientists there are, like a marine biologist or something, but yeah, you might be interested in doing something related to the sea, being able to investigate within the sea. So maybe you'd want to be like a scuba diver or something. And I don't know, what kind of jobs do you get? Like, what kind of jobs are associated with being a scuba diver? Is being a scuba diver its own job? I'm not sure. But yeah, that might be something that you're interested in. For others of you, you might be interested in becoming like you might have big dreams to become an Olympic swimmer. So yeah, there's something to do with swimming here and with the ocean. I feel like you have a deep love for the ocean. So yeah, just take that as it resonates. But anyways, that is what I'm seeing for you so far. Let's go ahead and take a look at your other cards. I could also see you working at like some type of resort as well. Like maybe, like let's say you live in America, right? But I could see you definitely getting like a job like at a resort in Mexico, so that you can travel to a new place, live in a new place, and be able to live a very adventurous lifestyle while living and working in a fancy resort. So yeah, I could definitely see you doing something like that. For others of you, I don't know if you've ever felt called to pursuing the Disney college program, but if that's ever something that interested you, that's just like a side message. That might be something that you're being called to do, and I could definitely see you being very happy doing that. Because again, being in the Disney college program, that also allows you to travel as well. I believe you get free room and board if you are in the Disney college program. I think you get free room and board, if I'm not wrong, and you could travel to California, or you could travel to Florida. There's lots of different areas that you could be able to live in while you are working and going to school. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what else is coming through for my group 1 folk spirit. What is the perfect job for them? Can we get some extra messages, please, for my friends here? What is the perfect job for them? Can we get some other messages, please? What is the perfect job for them? Let's get one more card, if you may. Oh, okay. So, guys, there are 2 cards that came through that are like stuck together. We're just going to take the card that was looking straight at me and put the other one back in the deck. Then there's another card that landed face down. I'm just going to put that back in the deck as well. Okay. So, for the back of the deck energy, we have the Hierophant card coming through. We also have the 4 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, and the 6 of Pentacles. So this is very interesting. First of all, what I love here is that with the 2 of Wands, this girl here is holding a globe, or like the world, in her hands. Can you see that? So again, that makes me think about how you want to travel. I mean, this girl's literally holding the world, and then she's looking out into the horizon. And whenever I look at this girl, she looks like she's stuck in this like tower kind of. It makes me think of like Rapunzel, and she's just looking out at the world and she just wants to be free. And what's interesting is that right next to it with the Four of Pentacles, you can see this guy sitting on all this money, and it just looks as though he is also stuck in this room. It looks like he wants to be able to get out. And if you look at his cat back there is looking out the window, and he looks like he wants to escape as well. And so I'm just getting this idea. I really feel like for most of you guys that are here, you have always felt as though you were trapped within your certain lifestyle or within your previous home, okay? There's this energy here where maybe you had a very confining childhood. Maybe your parents were very religious and they didn't allow you to go out and hang out with your friends or to watch certain movies or read certain books. Maybe you had to wear your hair a certain way and wear certain clothes that had to do with this religion. Now there's other energies coming through as well. Maybe you didn't have very religious parents, but maybe they were very strict with you. But or if that's not the case, then they could have allowed you to go out and do what you wanted to do, but at the end of the day, maybe they made you feel confined in a role that you had to play. So maybe they always had like a certain idea for you from the moment that you were born. Maybe your parents had some type of legacy that they want you to go after as well, like the family legacy. So what I mean by that is maybe your parents have a company that they own, that they operate, and they want you to eventually take the reins, or at least that's what they wanted for you since you were young. And I find that to be interesting because if you look, this guy is sitting on this chest filled with money. And so again, I feel like for some of you guys, if you didn't grow up with very religious parents or just very strict parents in general, I think that you could have grown up with parents that maybe had a lot of money and they gave you a lot of that money. They gave you all the materialistic items that you could ever want, but at the end of the day, they did that for a reason, because they want you to live the life that they planned for you. And maybe they even told you that if you don't go to college and get the certain degree they want you to get, or go and work for the family company or whatever it is, that they are not going to give you any, like they're going to take you out of the will and things like that. So that's definitely something that could be coming through here. Or if they don't own their own business, and maybe your family, maybe they're both doctors and they both want you to be a doctor as well. And if you don't become a doctor, then again, they won't provide for you. They won't give you money or anything like that. They won't take care of you. So yeah, that's definitely the energy that I'm getting here. And because of that, I feel like from the moment you turned 18, you just wanted to be free. You wanted to get out of there. And that is what has caused you to have this itchy feet. Because you felt so confined from your past, from your childhood, you wanted to go out and explore the world, explore the different cultures and the different people that are in it. And so again, that could be why you feel such a longing to work in the travel industry, to do something related with travel. For others of you, this could simply be talking about how the perfect job for you, again, might be something that is more remote. Might be something where you could work on a laptop. So for some of you guys, maybe you'd make an excellent coder, right? Because you can literally just code from your computer wherever. You just need internet access, okay? So the perfect job for you might be something that is more remote, so that you can just go and travel and do what you want to do, right? That's definitely something that's coming through here. Now, I'm also seeing that with the Six of Pentacles coming through, this person is really helping these people, and it looks like she's actually giving them like money and providing for them. And so I'm also getting this idea that you might be called to become some type of charity worker. Maybe you feel called to try to raise money for different fundraisers. I know that I don't know what type of job that is per se, but there are people who are paid to try to get people, like recruit people to fund for fundraisers, right? So that you can help the people who are gonna benefit from those fundraisers, right? There's this like humanitarian side to you that I see. And so you might feel called to do something where you are of service to people, where you can provide for others. At the very least, I definitely see you being someone who, whatever money you do earn from your job, I see you trying to pay that forward and trying to give money to certain causes. Whew, you guys, I felt like I was gonna sneeze. I'm sorry. We also have the Hierophant card coming through, and looking at this, that lady looks like she's doing some type of yoga. So you might feel called to become a yoga teacher. You might feel called to become, I don't know, like a sensei, like a karate teacher or something like that. Or you might feel called to a more spiritual pursuit, something that has to do with like meditation and mindfulness. So I don't know, what kind of spiritual teachers are there? I don't know, you just, I feel like you could feel called to do something like that as well. But yeah, definitely you might feel called to be a yoga instructor or spiritual teacher, karate master, right? And again, you could do those all from your own house. You might even feel called to be a personal trainer, but maybe you'd rather prefer to be a personal trainer that is, what am I trying to say? That, again, you can do from online. You might feel called to become like a traveling massage therapist or maybe even a traveling nurse. So yeah, just take it as it resonates. That's kind of the things that I'm seeing right now. Again, anything to do with traveling, anything to do with you being able to spread your wings and fly, that is something that you would be interested in. Again, we had that like ocean feel coming through, so you might be interested in doing something related to the ocean. You might be interested in doing something where you can give back, so working for fundraisers or doing something where you can be of service to others. So yeah, let's see what else wants to come through here for my group 1 folks. What is the perfect job for them, Spirit? Okay. Let's see. Ooh! What else wants to come through? Oh my goodness, you guys. One of the oracle cards fell. Let's see if I can get it with my foot. Ooh! Oh, I got it! Okay. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can make it come up though, so I can grab it. Okay, I got it. Hopefully you use that time to take a quick sip of water or something. Anyways, let's see what wants to come through for group 1. Okay. So for my group 1 folks, what job is perfect for them? For my group 1 folks, what type of job is perfect for them? Let's get a couple cards, okay? Alrighty. Okay, so talking about these cards, we have the Nonsense card coming through with the Hocus Pocus. We have Prostitute, and it says right here, accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. We have the Holy Thorn coming through, and there are keywords like on the sides here, and it says the sacred, perseverance, optimism, and courage. And we also have the number 7 coming through as well on the top of that card. We have Pond making an appearance. And we also have luck with the rabbit's foot. So first of all, whenever I think of pond, I think of over the pond. And isn't that a saying that people use whenever they're talking about going to England or something? So you might feel called to get some type of job where you can move to England or live in England, okay? So that's interesting. For those of you that are old enough to go to school, you might be deciding to want to go abroad for college and to live in England. So that could definitely be something that is coming through. If that's something that you thought about doing, I think that this is a sign from Spirit that that would definitely be something that would make you very happy, and that's definitely something you should consider doing. Now, I find this very interesting because with the prostitute card, you can see this woman is laying on the ground with money thrown at her, right? And this is making me think about how you do not want to be this person. I think that this is representing how for some of you guys, maybe a lot of you, again, you could have come from wealth, and maybe your parents wanted you to live a certain way so that they could continue to give you that wealth. They wanted you to do what they wanted you to do, and they wanted to almost manipulate you into going down that certain pathway, just by saying that they would throw you money and give you all this money and provide for you. But I think that at the end of the day, you looked at that and you said that is nonsense. You looked at them and you said that you wanted to go at it alone. You wanted to pursue your own goals here. You wanted to live your own life. And I do think that for a lot of you guys, you might feel called again to do something where you feel very independent. You may feel called to do something where for some of you guys, you might be alone as well. That might be something that you're interested in. The reason why I'm saying that is because we have this number 7 card coming through. And while I do see for a lot of you guys being able to have the ability to work with people and actually enjoying working with people. So again, like being a flight attendant, being a travel agent, that will cause you to talk to a lot of people, or being a personal trainer, you'd have to talk to people, right? Or at least have meetings with people. At the end of the day, though, I think for at least 40% of you guys, you again might feel called to doing some type of job where you are alone, where you're on your own. I just think that you like the idea of being by yourself because you don't have anyone who you have to prove yourself to. You don't have anyone who you are obligated to I don't know, just talk to all the time. I don't know. There's just this energy here where after having parents, for some of you guys, who really made you feel like you had to live some type of confining lifestyle, you don't want to confine yourself to anyone else ever again. You don't want to get a boss or co-workers who make you feel like you have to act a certain way, or even clients who make you feel like you have to act a certain way. You want to do your own thing. You want to be your own boss here. And so again, I see you maybe doing something where if you do have a boss, you're very separate from them, right? And I do think that whenever you are like a scientist, like some type of researcher, you are able to kind of be your own boss a bit because you're doing your own research. And yes, you still have to report your findings to people and you have to let them know about what you've been discovering here. But this, for some people, being a scientist can be a solitary type of job here. And then, for example, if you wanted to be some type of online instructor, there are jobs that you can do online where you don't have to really talk to a whole lot of people, right? All you have to do is make your videos and send it over. So for some of you guys, you might be interested in being on YouTube, honestly, and being a personal trainer on YouTube. Okay, I know that there are a lot of people, a lot of personal trainers who create like workouts, and they make workout videos and they just post it and they get millions of views and they can make money off of that. And again, because they are doing that, because they are working online and remotely, they are able to travel and do what they want to do and not have to regulate themselves for other people and stay in a certain place for too long, right? So yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing. And again, you might feel called to do something that is more spiritual as well. So whatever that may be, I feel like you will, if you're feeling called to do that, you'll know what I mean. You will know what that spiritual pathway is for you. And last but not least, we have the luck card coming through. And I just think that this is talking about how you're going to make your own luck. And I think no matter what you decide to do, that you're going to do it really well. I think that you have a very strong, fierce ferocity within you. And I think that you are someone who's never going to give up. You are someone who is going to succeed in whatever area you decide to devote your life to when it comes to your job and your goals. So yeah, you guys, that's what I'm seeing for you so far. I definitely think any job that has to do with traveling, like that's your thing. For a lot of you guys, you might feel called to work alone. But for others of you, you might be fine with working with people. So just take it as it resonates. But I see a lot of remote jobs here. I see maybe an inclination to work by the sea or to work alongside the ocean, something to do with the ocean. And I see you just wanting to travel and see the world. So yeah, you guys, that's what I'm seeing for you today. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a really big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every Monday and every Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of TerraTube again sometime, okay? So I love you all so much, and I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day, friends. Mwah. Bye. Hello, Group 2. My name is Cameron, and I am going to be your tarot reader today. So, guys, for the first card that you felt called to, we had the High Priestess coming through. And so before we get into the tarot reading today, we are going to talk a bit about this card and the energy that is coming through here. So first of all, I definitely think that if you felt called to the High Priestess, that a job or a certain career path that might be really great for you will definitely be something that has to do with the more spiritual side of things. So for some of you guys, you might feel called to become a psychic, to become a tarot reader, to become someone who speaks with the dead, communicates with the dead, right? So if that's something that you feel like you have a natural ability to be able to pursue this type of job, then yeah, that could definitely be a pathway that is perfect for you. Now, I'm also picking up on the fact that for others of you, you may be drawn to becoming a counselor, because whenever I think of the High Priestess, this makes me think about someone who people come to for advice. And so again, someone could come to her for spiritual advice. So you may want to become some type of spiritual advisor. But for others of you, if you are not drawn to the more spiritual side of things, then you could want to become a counselor or a psychiatrist or something like that. You may feel called to becoming an addictions counselor. You may even feel called to become a social worker as well. But there's just this energy here where you want to be of help to others. You want to give guidance to others. So for others of you, you might even feel called to become a teacher, because as a teacher, you're able to guide people too. There's just this energy. At the end of the day, you want to guide others. You want to help others and be there for others and provide a pathway for them. So for some of you guys, maybe you might want to become like a career counselor at school. There are so many different counselors that you could become. There's so many different counselors. So yeah, I would definitely encourage you to look up counselors online, because they have like career counselors, guidance counselors, I don't know, addiction counselors. There's so many, marriage counselors. There's so many counselors out there, okay? But that's definitely something that I'm seeing for you guys. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing so far. You may even feel called to being like a dietitian, because dietitians help guide people as well. They create certain plans for people to follow, eating plans and whatnot. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing so far. let's go ahead and take a look at your other cards here. But again, I definitely see a big, for a lot of you guys, at least 50% of you guys, feeling called to doing some type of spiritual pursuit, some type of spiritual job as well. So also keep in mind, if you don't want to become a psychic, or you don't want to be a tarot reader, anything like that, you may feel called to being someone that works within a certain religion, within a certain church, right? So yeah, just keep that in mind. You may even feel called to being like a, do Buddhist people have monks? Oh guys, I'm so sorry if there's not monks related to Buddhism. But yeah, again, I see you wanting, some of you guys wanting to work as a spiritual advisor. And so yeah, a Buddhist monk is a type of spiritual advisor. So just take it as it resonates, okay? So if you don't feel called to being a spiritual advisor, then again, I see you feeling called to being some type of advisor or a counselor, right? That is not related to the spiritual side of things, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Let's see what else wants to come through here for my group 2 folks. Can we get some messages, please? Can we get some messages, please? What job is perfect for them? Okay. Yeah. This is making a lot of sense. Okay. So first of all, for the back of the deck energy, we have the Emperor coming through. That does talk about Aries energy. So you could be an Aries. We have the Hermit card, which also talks about Virgo energy, so you could be a Virgo as well. I believe with the High Priestess, that talks about either Cancerian or Pisces energy, so you could be one of those signs too. We also have the Ace of Cups. And then last but not least, we have the 9 of Swords. So guys, look at this. Look at this chickadee here. She looks like she is so upset. She looks like she has a ton of anxiety. And so again, I feel like you are someone who wants to be able to help people that feel like this. You want to give assurance, and you want to provide people with clarity whenever they are feeling so emotionally drained, whenever they are riddled with anxiety and nerves. You want to be there for them. You want to give them advice. So yeah, I really feel like that is a job that you would be perfect at, is being there for people and being a source of guidance, right? So for some of you guys, you might feel called to work in a hospital. I know that they have certain jobs. I don't know if it's like social workers in the hospital, but there are people like in hospitals who provide guidance for others. Maybe like you could be like you may want to be like a financial advisor. I just know that I had a family member who was in the hospital, and whenever we were there, there was someone whose job was to just walk around and make sure that everyone was doing okay, and they would keep an eye on them and just make sure that everyone was being treated right and fairly by the staff, by the nurses and doctors. And they were basically like the people who defended the people who were currently in the hospital. Does that make sense? So they just made sure that everything ran smoothly, and they provided support for them. So that could definitely be a job that would be great for you. We also have the Ace of Cups coming through, so that just makes me think about love. So like I was saying before, you like to guide people. So for others of you, you may feel called to being a wedding planner, because obviously whenever we have these brides that are planning their weddings, like, they are filled with nerves and anxiety. That's how we get bridezillas, right? They're very nervous and they are filled with so many nerves. And so I feel like you could definitely be someone that would thrive in that type of industry, because you would be able to help them and give them guidance along their wedding dreams, right? You'll help them figure out what it is that they want to do for their wedding. So yeah, that's definitely something that's coming through here. So you may feel called to work in the wedding industry. So if you're not like a wedding planner, maybe you might feel called to be someone who provides some type of stuff for the wedding venues, right? Maybe you might feel called to be, I don't know, is it a botanist, a florist, florist, right? Maybe that's something that you might want to do. You might want to create the perfect arrangements and guide the brides so that they can figure out what best flower arrangement is for them, right? I just feel like you might feel called to the love industry. Ooh, you might feel called to be a matchmaker, you guys. That's definitely something I could see. You might be someone who wants to help people find the man or woman or they them of their dreams, and so you will guide them alongside that path. So yeah, there's just so many things that you could do here that's related to like guidance and being there for people who are nervous. Now, if you don't want to work in the wedding industry as a wedding planner, then you might be interested in some type of event planning as well. Now, last but not least, we have the Hermit card coming through, and this just makes me think about how for some of you guys, you might definitely feel called to work on your own and to have your own business, okay? And this is also just making me think about how you want to take people from feeling like this while they're by themselves to feeling like this. I mean, look at this chick here, this chickadee. She looks like she's so at peace within herself, within her mind, within her body. So again, I feel like you would thrive in a job where you put people at peace, you make people feel good and better about themselves, and you provide guidance to give them that inner peace. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm seeing so far. Let's go ahead and take a look at your oracle cards, okay? So Spirit, for group 2, can we get some messages please for group 2? What job is perfect for them? What career is perfect for my group 2 folks? Let's get some messages, please. What career is perfect for my group 2 folks? What career is perfect for my group 2 folks? Let's get one more card here. Spirit, can we get some career messages for my group 2 folks? Some career cards, please. Okay. Alrighty, you guys. This is interesting. And I love the, ooh, yes, I love this. Okay. Let's talk about this. So first of all, we have Trickster coming through, and it says transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. So first of all, just looking at this person here, they look like they are doing some magic tricks. So, I mean, this is kind of coming out of left field, but if you ever thought about being a magician, that might be the job for you, okay? That could definitely be a sign that might be something you might love. This also makes me think about working in like the circus, being some type of performer, right? So if you ever felt called to doing something like that, that could also be a sign that you're meant to pursue that. Now, we also have the Camelot card coming through, and what really caught my eye here is that right here, you can see that there's the number 6, okay? And so whenever I think of the number 6, I think of life path number 6 in numerology. And so for a lot of you guys, you could be a life path number 6. And if so, I think that makes so much sense. And if you're not a life path number 6, then I think that you are just someone who takes on the energy, the vibes of someone who is a life path number 6 number, okay? Because life path number 6 people, these are individuals who love to take care of people. Literally, whenever you look up that number, that life path number, you always see the words caregiver coming through. You see the words nurturer coming through. And so I definitely think that anything to do with caregiving could definitely be something that you feel called to do. So for some of you guys, you might want to, again, be some type of teacher where you work with children. For others of you, you might feel called to work with people with autism, or you might feel called to work at like an old folks home, right? I just feel like at the end of the day, you love to provide for others, you love to be there for them and to take care of them, right? And I just feel like that is something, anything to do with taking care of people, helping people would be something that you would love doing. Now, we also have Emily Bront coming through with fantasy. And so with the Ace of Cups coming through earlier, I'm definitely seeing a clear message that for some of you guys out there, if you ever wanted to be a romance author, I definitely think this is a sign that you should do that. Because at the end of the day, I'm just thinking of like our man Nicholas Sparks seeing fantasy and seeing the Ace of Cups here, because the Ace of Cups talks about love. And whenever I see Emily Bront, I mean, she was one of the best writers of her time. And so you could definitely have this gift as well of writing. And if you, whether you realize it or not, if you've ever thought even once about being a writer, I think that this is just a further sign that you should do that. And even if you haven't thought about it, you should start thinking about it. Because for some of you guys, you could definitely be the next Nicholas Sparks or Colleen Hoover. Is it Colleen Hoover. Yeah, you could be the next Colleen Hoover, right? So yeah, that could definitely be something that you're interested in. And then at the end of the day, we have isolation. This is giving me two messages here. Again, you could be someone who wants to work on your own. You might want to have your own business, go out on your own. Start your own company here, maybe like your own floral business or your own event planning business or something like that. Now, this also makes me think about how you want to help people who feel like they are isolated, who feel like they are alone, and you want to be there for them and give them that guidance, give them that love. So again, that makes me think about being there for people who are who need career guidance or who need emotional guidance. So again, you might feel called to be some type of addictions counselor or even a marriage counselor, because sometimes when you're in a marriage, if you feel like you're just arguing with your spouse all the time, you can feel so isolated and so alone. So that's also coming through here. So yeah, you guys, those are the messages that I'm seeing for you. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a really big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every Monday and every Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of TarotTube again sometime. Okay, folks? So I love you all so much, and I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day, friends. Mwah. Bye. Hello, group 3. So if you felt called to the judgment card today, then hey, hello, my name is Cameron and I am going to be your fabulous tarot reader today. So guys, before we get into the tarot messages, we are going to go ahead and just hone in on this card here. And let's go ahead and talk about the energy, the vibes that I was getting from this, okay? So the first thing that really caught my eye here is that with this judgment card, this girl here is playing her instrument. I don't know if that's like a flute. I think that's a flute. She's playing like a flute, right? And so I'm thinking for some of you guys, you might feel called to work in the music industry. Maybe you are someone who really loves to play your own flute, or you love to play some type of instrument, and maybe you feel called to become a musician in the symphony. For others of you, you may feel called to want to be someone that works in the recording industry. Maybe you want to be some type of audio engineer here, but there is something to do with singing here. Maybe you have a really beautiful voice and you feel called to becoming a singer. I definitely think that you have the gift. If you have this gift and if you can sing, then pursue it, babe. Pursue it. I definitely think that this is further confirmation that you should do that. Now, for some of you guys, maybe you just feel called to be a music teacher. Maybe that's something that you love to do. So that could be a job that might be perfect for you as well. Now, what's interesting about this card too is that this card talks about the past. Whenever we have the judgment card coming through, it talks about looking and analyzing your past here. and thinking about your future. Okay, and so since this card talks about looking at the past, for some of you guys, you might decide that you want to do something that has to do with working alongside the past. That might be a perfect job for you. So what I mean by that is maybe a perfect job for you would be to be a forensic, is it a forensic psychologist? Ooh, I'm not sure. Maybe you want to be like a historian or an archaeologist. That's what I was thinking of, an archaeologist, and something like that. Something to do with looking at the past. You're analyzing the past. Maybe you would be perfect working in a museum, right? Being a museum curator. I definitely think that could be something you'd be really great at, because overall, I'm also getting this idea that you are very creative. You are someone who is very different from everyone else, and you are also someone who wants to live your own true and authentic life. The reason why I'm saying that is because you can see this girl. She looks like she's just walking to the beat of her own drum. She looks like she doesn't care what other people think of her. She's going to do her thing and do it well. And so I think that you are someone who is very unique from people, and you have a unique way of thinking. And so for some of you guys, a job for you that would be perfect might be becoming an inventor. You might be great at being able to invent something. And so being an innovator, or an inventor, excuse me, that could talk about several different things. You could be the next Steve Jobs, right? By creating the Apple iPhone and the Apple name brand and things like that. Or you could be someone who wants to just create your own company, right? That could also talk about and relate to being a creator, being an inventor, by inventing a brand, inventing a company. So yeah, that's very interesting. And again, with you being very creative, I think that you would work really well as a museum curator, as you create the floor plan and the layout of where you want to put all of the historical objects at. So yeah, I definitely think that would be something that you're great at. So that's kind of what I'm seeing so far. For like one or two of you guys, you might be really great at being a judge as well, because whenever I think of judgment, I think of being a judge. So yeah, that might be something that you feel called to do. But anyways, you guys, for most of you, I'm picking up on that creative side of things. I'm picking up on the fact that you might feel called to working in the music industry or doing something related to music. Going off of that, you may just be someone who just is an artist, right? Because whenever I think of music, I think of people who are artistic, right? You have to be artistic to be a musician. You have to be creative to be a musician, because you have to create your own pieces, right? Most of the time you have to create your own songs and things like that, your own instrumentals. And so if you don't feel called to being a musician, then you might feel called to working in another artistic type of industry here. So yeah, just take that as it resonates. But I want to go ahead and get some more information here, because I do feel like that was a little vague what I was saying to you about the artistic endeavors here. Let's see what else wants to come through here. So Spirit, can we get some deeper messages for my group 3 folks? What job would be perfect for them? Oh, okay. There we go. What job would be perfect for them? What job would be perfect for them? Can we get some messages for group 3 here? Okay, let's see what is coming through so far. Let's get one more card here. What job, would be perfect for them? Okay, guys, we have a lot of cards coming through. We have a lot of cards. Okay, so let's lay this out on the line. Okay. So first of all, we have the 7 of Wands coming through. We have the Ace of Pentacles. the Ten of Wands, the Sun card, the Star, and the King of Cups. So first of all, you guys, with the Sun and the Star coming through, I am seeing the signs Leo and Aquarius making an appearance. So you could be one of those signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, or in Venus. If you're not, that's fine. That could just be the energy that you are kind of giving off within this reading. Now, first of all, with the Star coming through, that is just a clear sign here that you are someone who has the capability to literally become a star. I see you having the ability to become some type of celebrity here. And so for some of you guys, again, if you felt like you felt called to being some type of performer, being a singer, maybe even being an actress, that could definitely be something that you would be great at. I could see you really shining within that field and just thriving within Hollywood. Now, maybe for others of you, the perfect job for you might honestly be you being some type of influencer. Because again, you are someone who marches to the beat of your own drum. And I think because you march to the beat of your own drum, you stand out amongst the crowd. You're very unique. And so I definitely think that because you're so unique, because you stand out, that again, you would be a great influencer. So if you ever felt called to maybe starting your own YouTube channel, maybe trying to get TikTok famous or something, I definitely think that's something that you could honestly thrive in. That's something you could truly aspire for. Now, going off of that, I'm also thinking of fashion designing here. So again, you're very creative, you're very unique, you stand out. So I could definitely see you creating a fashion brand here that is very innovative and just different from every other fashion brand you've ever seen before. So yeah, that could be something you're interested in and that you would thrive in as well. Now, looking at this side of things here, with the Seven of Wands coming through, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands, this makes me think about someone who can handle so much stress and still get up and ask for more. And so I honestly think for a lot of you guys, you would do really well at starting and managing your own company here. I really think that if you've ever felt called to starting some type of business here, and that business could be anything. It could be starting your own restaurant, starting your own, I don't know, what other business, like just any other type of business, right? I feel like that's something that you would do well in. Maybe you want to start your own like independent bookstore or something like that, but I see you being someone who could create your own business and who has the strength of character and the determination to manage that business and to turn it into something bigger than even you thought you could ever aspire to. Does that make sense? So yeah, I could definitely see you being very successful as a business owner here. So yeah, honestly, that's kind of what I'm seeing so far here. I'm also getting the idea that you might be able to be someone who is really good at helping other artists as well. I think that you are someone who has this ability to be able to help someone make money, right? That's what I'm seeing here with this person holding up the money thing. I feel like you could help people become stars themselves. So for some of you guys, you might work really well as being a manager, a talent manager, or an art manager, because I feel like artists need managers as well, right? That could definitely be something that you would work really well in. Because I do think that at the end of the day, with the Sun card coming through, you are someone who works really well with people, whether you realize it or not. I think that people enjoy being around you and talking to you. And so I do think that you would really have this ability to help these people, these talented people thrive and be able to make that bank, okay? So yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing so far. Those are the messages that are coming through with these cards, let's go ahead and take a look at your oracle cards, okay? So for my group 3 folks, can we get some messages here? For my group 3 folks, what job is perfect for them? What career is perfect for them? Let's get some messages for my group 3 folks, please. Can we get some messages here? Let's get some messages. Let's get some messages. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Okay, so first of all, we have scribe coming through, and it says preserving knowledge and information. We have healing. We have the Mists of Avalon, and it says on the sides here, because there are little keywords, illusion, transformation, boundary, and enchantment. And there's also the number 15 up here. And then last but not least, we have adaptation with the Gypsy Moth. Okay, you guys, so first of all, I feel like the healing card and the Mists of Avalon go really well together, because with that number 15 coming through, if you add the 5 and the 1 together, that does equal to 6, and that makes me think about life path number 6. And so you could be a life path number 6, or maybe that's just the energy that you're giving off. So you don't have to be that life path number by any means, but if you are, then definitely take it as a sign that you're in the right reading today. But whenever we have that life path number 6 energy coming through, this talks about someone who is a caregiver. This is someone who loves to nurture others and be there for people. And with that coming alongside healing, you might definitely be someone who is drawn to a career that has to do with healing. So maybe you might want to become a nurse or become a doctor. But I do think for a lot of you guys, like I was saying before, I feel like you're very unique from people. So whatever you do it in a unique way. So you might be someone who is more so interested in alternative medicine. You might be someone who is interested in medicinal herbs, and maybe you have a love for acupuncture. Maybe you want to be an acupuncturist. But I do see for a lot of you guys that you may feel called, and you could definitely be great at being some type of alternative health professional, okay? But again, for like 1 or 2 of you guys, you might be great as a nurse as well. So yeah, just take it as it resonates. We also have scribe coming through, so you may be someone who again might be very happy working in like some type of museum type of industry, or working in some type of library as well. Maybe you might want to work with like old books, right? I know working in the museum, you're able to see like really old books as well. So yeah, there's definitely this like librarian industry or energy, excuse me, coming through here that you might feel called to do and that you might love doing as well. And then we also have adaptation coming through. And so again, this makes me think about how you have this ability to really help transform people, to really help people grow. And I think that you have this ability to just go alongside people on their journey and give them the guidance that they need. And so again, I see you being someone who might be great at being some type of manager, being a talent manager, being a manager to an artist or something like that. I just see you being someone who is able to guide people along their journey in life. And I think that they would be very appreciative of being able to have someone like you be their manager. So yeah, at the end of the day, that's what I'm seeing for you. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a really big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every Monday and every Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of TerraTube again sometime, okay? So I love you all so much, and I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day, friends. Mwah! Bye, guys.